touching and feeling physical menus might become even more, people will become averse to the idea. So hopefully, I don't know, this is my thought. क्या होगा क्या नहीं पता नहीं.
यहाँ तो everything is scanned.
हाँ, that I anyway I think is the way forward. Okay, we're live. नमस्कार. आज फैम हेल्थ लाइव पर हमारे साथ हैं ज्योत्सना मोहन, जो हैं एडिटर एंड न्यूज रीडर एनडीटीवी की रह चुकी हैं, और अब हाल ही में उन्होंने एक अपनी किताब लिखी है जिसका नाम है स्टोन्ड, शेम्ड एंड डिप्रेस्ड, जो है पीयर प्रेशर, सब्सटेंस अब्यूज एंड एक्सेप्टेंस के बारे में बच्चों में. तो ज्योत्सना, वेलकम टू द शो. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर बीइंग विद अस टुडे.
Thank you, Vishali, for having me. Thank you.
And along with Jyotsna, we also have our two experts from the House of Empathy. We have Jyotika Bedi, who's a family psychologist, and Astha, who's a counselor and a therapist with the House of Empathy. Thank you both of you also for joining us. और मेरे को लगता है कि आज ये एक जो सब्जेक्ट हम लोग डील कर रहे हैं वो बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण सब्जेक्ट है. ज्योत्सना अपने बुक के थ्रू पूरी अपनी एक्सपीरियंसेस शेयर करेंगी. And we would like all our viewers who are watching right now, please Facebook पे आइए, अपने comments share करिए. आपके कोई thoughts हैं specially directed on Jyotsna and her experiences, or any questions related to psychology and how families need to live and change their lives, please send us your questions on Facebook and we'll be happy to take them live. So without further ado, let's get into the discussion. Jyotsna, सबसे पहले तो हमसे ये share करिए कि ये किताब और ये सब्जेक्ट इतना हेवी सब्जेक्ट है. What prompted you to start writing a book like this?
I think Vishali, दो तीन चीजें थी to begin with. एक तो I think my own daughter was bullied in school, physically bullied, and so by that it wasn't that I wasn't writing about issues that time, but I wasn't writing बच्चों के बारे में as such. And I think that's when I took up writing about children's issue after she was bullied really badly in school. And uske dauran then I started investigating, or more issues came up: bullying, body shaming, words like rape, jo itne common ho gaye in schools and colleges and the corridors. So I started writing about that. But I think also the background, I was always enamored by how 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds are getting these gadgets. Or fir aap you hear about these stories like the Snapchat bullying incident, or later on Mumbai WhatsApp case, या boys locker room. So I try to connect कि ये are these the same children जिनको इतनी जल्दी एक gadget मिलता है, then become the headlines later on. So I think ये दो तीन चीजें थी. Also because I felt कि इन issues के बारे में कोई बात नहीं कर रहा, बच्चों के बारे में हम लोग ज्यादा बात नहीं करते. And in a social media environment, everything has changed so much that we can't just dismiss it and say that these are children and these are small issues and it's a passing phase, and things they'll get over it. I think somebody needed to put a spotlight on these issues because things have changed really drastically with this generation.
ज्योत्सना, आपने जो बात करी और जो आई थिंक मैंने इंट्रोडक्शन में छोड़ दिया था, बॉडी शेमिंग पे भी आपने बोला है. अब ये बॉडी शेमिंग, सोशल एक्सेप्टेंस, गैजेट्स का यूजेज जो है, सब्सटेंस अब्यूज जो है, ये अपने आप में इतने बड़े सब्जेक्ट्स हैं, एंड very easily they are a part of a daily life of the kids who are in urban cities. I'm guessing more urban cities than the villages and the smaller towns. But इतनी सारी heavy weight issues है मेरे perspective से. Individually आपके experience में ये बच्चे कैसे handle कर रहे हैं? Because from the way I'm looking at it, they must be struggling themselves.
No, they are, and I think I think that COVID is obviously exaggerated, and the use of gadgets. So I don't know, how they're going to come out on the other side, especially I think because they're going to come out socially isolated, not having gone to school for so long. I see it. Vishali, मेरी दो लड़कियां हैं. The younger one is 8 and the बड़ी वाली है वो 12 साल की. The बड़ी वाली जो 12 साल की है, she hasn't gone to school since February. The younger one, she goes to school once a week. She goes to school the entire week, alternate week. So, the first time she went there, I felt so bad. She came back and she said, Mama, I thought, I was going to be in an actual bubble. Actual bubble mein baithungi. I felt so poignantly sad, that they are so alienated. And now the thing is that if I tell her stay at home also, na, कि थोड़ी खांसी हो रही है, थोड़ा ये हो रहा है, कुछ बैठ जाता है, मुझे स्कूल जाना है. And I really worry for my elder one कि how they're going to come out stuck to a gadget. सुबह 7:30 बजे क्लासेस शुरू होती है, 3 बजे क्लासेस खत्म होती हैं. Stuck to that gadget morning to evening, okay, and then there's homework, and you haven't met anybody for the last 10 months. All your interaction is online. And I find that maybe, you know, before COVID also, when I was writing ये किताब लिख रही थी, तब भी मैं कहती थी, you know, that too many people are addicted to gadgets, too many children, and I think a lot of children need to go out, play a game, play a sport. That's something I really personally believe in. And I think after the COVID, Vaishali, I think it's a hard lesson to learn, but now you can see, you know, there's so many of them who say, "Mujhe park jana hai. Can I not go out? Can I not just meet one friend, mama?" And I think it's really a hard lesson to learn, but I think there's been a learning here.
It's very interesting you're making this point, Jyotsna. In fact, that's it slightly diverting from your book. But I want to bring in Astha here because it's an excellent point. I have the same problem. My daughter, who's 11 years old, wants to get out and go to school. She's saying, I'm tired of sitting at home and studying on a gadget. I want to be able to joke. I want to poke the friend sitting in front of me and disturb him while the class is going on. That is real living. So I'm going to quickly bring in Astha here. Astha, before we go back to the issues that are discussed in the book, I would like to know your opinion. ये जो isolation जो कह रही है ज्योत्सना, ये 1 साल की isolation हो सकता है, 1.5 साल की होगी जब बच्चे actually school जाएंगे. What are we looking at that point in time? What are the kids really going to be difficult? Is it going to be difficult for them to adjust?
You know, I genuinely believe that children's adaptability is very, very strong, much stronger than ours. As adults, because our ways of thinking are far more fixed. To be on a hopeful note, children are more and quicker in adapting to, you know, to their environment. So for them, that adaptation should not be that difficult. Having said that, we cannot take away the fact कि ये 1.5 साल तो होने को आ रहा है, ये 1.5 भी हो सकता है. उसका इम्पैक्ट कहीं ना कहीं हमारे पर जरूर पड़ेगा. As adults पड़ेगा, as families पड़ेगा, as children. फॉर चिल्ड्रन डेफिनेटली पड़ेगा, क्योंकि ये जो टाइम है, स्पेशली चिल्ड्रन जो 8 से 15-20 साल की उम्र के बीच में होते हैं ना, दैट इज जब हमारे फ्रेंड्स हमारी बहुत प्रायोरिटी ले लेते हैं लाइफ में. हमारी सबसे ज्यादा सीख, हमारी सबसे ज्यादा लर्निंग इंटरेक्शन से आती है. स्कूल में हम लोग किताबों में जो पढ़ते हैं वो एक तरफ है, बट जो हम स्किल्स सीखते हैं, लाइफ स्किल्स सीखते हैं, कम्युनिकेशन सीखते हैं, सोशलाइजेशन सीखते हैं, वो इंटरेक्शन से ही आता है. टीचर्स के साथ इंटरेक्ट करना, सीनियर्स के साथ, जूनियर्स के साथ, जो स्कूल में छोटी मोटी प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं उनको गेट ओवर करना, ऑल ऑफ दिस लर्निंग हैपेंस इन स्कूल. उसको हम घर पे रेप्लिकेट नहीं कर सकते बिकॉज पेरेंटल रिलेशनशिप्स बहुत अलग होते हैं. सो इसका इम्पैक्ट होगा, बट आई डेफिनेटली बिलीव दैट चिल्ड्रन आर far more resilient and adaptable as compared to adults.
Okay, great. Let's hope that happens because we don't want to suffer any more problems after 2020. So that's the other part. Jyotsna, coming back to you and the book, you've shared, again, based on many stories and many case studies. I was reading a few of the quotes that you've shared in the book where actually at one point where this boy was troubling a girl and the mother turned around and said, the problem is not what you did, but the fact that you got caught. And that really made me so uncomfortable thinking about what is it that we as parents are teaching our kids if by just that one sentence that was made.
You know, that's what a lot of schools also say, Vaishali. And, you know, every time I question the schools and ask them that, you know, why you're not more interactive and why you're not taking a more proactive step when it comes to misdemeanors by children, they say that the reason is that ye parents hamare gate pe aake khade ho jate hain and you know, they don't let us handle anything. And that's the problem, is what is commonly being called playground politics, where the parents have taken over and are not letting the children fall anymore. उनकी सारी problems वो ही solve कर रहे हैं. They're overlooking all their issues, you know, and they're just basically just smoothing the path. So the children today don't know how to fall. And it's really sad because, I mean, parents are giving you a gadget and then parents are saying, do what you want with it. Unfortunately, I can say very generically as well that we as a generation of parents, we're not, you know, we're not very tech savvy ourselves. Every second day there's a new app, you know, there's something on. We're not on the ball ourselves to understand what our children are doing. So when you're giving these children this unrestricted freedom and then not handling it any way you can, you're creating monsters. And unfortunately, this is leading to a very, very aggressive generation. And there's so much aggression that if okay, and the thing is that I always say that don't give the gadget early. Okay, don't give a gadget early. Push it as much as you can. It's relative for every family. I mean, I can push it to 13, maybe somebody can only push it to 12, but whatever. In my opinion, in the social media crazy world, every month matters. Every month your child is becoming more aware, becoming more responsible to how to handle it. But unfortunately, the parents are making it a different ball game. So many of these parents are gifting it, b they're gifting them freedom, and c then they're not letting them fall. And then when this the Mumbai WhatsApp case happened, I mean, I knew who were involved, right? I did get in touch with the mothers, and I said, as celebrities, as people whose voices are heard, and your child, your son has been called, call it out. Why don't you come and speak about it openly? No, and they don't. And there, everybody as a society, we just hush up everything. We just think that हमारा बच्चा दूध का धुला है, and we leave it at that. And unfortunately, things are so different and so tricky right now, Vishali, that I don't think that's the answer. And that mother, I think she was from Bangalore. I think she's doing more harm to her child than she is helping him. But again, this is what is going on, and this is exactly what so many parents are guilty of today. They're not letting their child pick up on their own mistakes. They're letting them make the mistakes, and they're covering up those mistakes.
I'm going to bring Jyotika up. Being a family psychologist, I think you're the best person. बताइए हमें कि पेरेंट एज अ पेरेंट मैं क्या गलत कर रही हूँ, मैं कहाँ कहाँ इन चीजों का किस किस हद तक माइक्रो ध्यान रख सकती हूँ, एंड क्या गैजेट हटाना एक सोल्यूशन टोटली है? बिकॉज अगेन really come to think of it, yes, I understand early age versus later age, but gadgets with COVID especially have now come to stay. तो इसके पूरा लेके नजरिया, what do you think is going wrong और कहाँ पे हमें ठीक करना है ये?
Right. First of all, congratulations, Jyotsna, for writing this book. I mean, high time that somebody mustered the courage to actually write this story where the teen voice is being heard. And I work as a parent-teen coach. What that means is I work with parents and I work with teenagers because our goal really is to bridge the gap between parents and children. Because अगर हमें एक अच्छा world, a better world bridge करना है, तो तभी होगा, हम तभी build कर पाएंगे अगर बच्चों में और parents में जो ये gap है, वो understanding के through ही gap हमारा close हो सकता है. And you're right, we are Gen X trying to raise Generation Z. हमारे पास वो technological advancement के tools and techniques नहीं है जो हम बच्चे are born into the lap of technology, which means कि हमारी responsibility as parents बहुत बढ़ जाती है. And I always tell the parents that parenting is about the parent. What that means is हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हमें लगता है कि कोई भी प्रॉब्लम है या कोई भी गलती है, हमारे बच्चे को हम फिक्स करते हैं, हम अपने आप के अंदर नहीं झांकते हैं और अपने आप के अंदर ये सवाल नहीं करते हैं कि what can I do to teach my child what is right and what is wrong. And for that, मेरा भी 16 साल का बेटा है, and he told me about few teens in his school. I don't want to take names. He was very concerned about why ये बच्चों को addictions हैं, whether gadget की addiction है, जो भी addiction है. तो हमने क्या किया, we worked with few teens and young adults, as in we took their interviews because we were very curious to understand why. What is the psychology behind a young teenager or a young adult abusing drugs or, into pornography or whatever kind of, addictions he or she is indulging in. So through these interviews, it came through few things I'd like to share with you as parents. I'm sure you're interested to know. सबसे पहले तो इन बच्चों का, they have lost connection, and they were very open and honest to share that they had no connections at home. So they did not have a bond at home. Again, no blaming the parents, but I just want parents out there जो हमारी family healthy community और बाकी जो लोग हमारे को देख रहे हैं, please understand कि सबसे पहला है कि बच्चों में और पेरेंट्स में बॉन्ड नहीं है. ये बच्चे लॉस्ट फील करते हैं, अंदर इनका जो इमोशनल लैंडस्केप है वो ठीक नहीं है. लो सेल्फ वर्थ है. दे फील लोनली इनसाइड. They feel angry and frustrated inside. They feel dead. There were some kids who actually said, we feel dead inside. And they were not okay with their here and now. They felt suffocated. And it was really, a cry for help, really, because they didn't know what to do with their here and now. And parents, से जब भी हम बात करते हैं, we try to spread awareness with parents, very few parents actually take responsibility for where their children are going wrong. And I'm a parent too, and I understand it's hard. But again, like I said, everything starts at the parenting level. We have to spread more awareness, because children, and research is saying it, science is saying it, psychology is saying it, parents have the greatest influence on their children. It's not social media, it's not your school, it's not society, because we're very quick to blame and judge others, but it's really the parents. So it's really our prime responsibility to raise our kids right, A. And B, as parents, we need to be more involved. We are very overindulgent and less involved. And that's where we're going wrong.
No, yeah. Vaishali, if I can add to that.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly the same thing that I found, when I spoke to all the children, that, every single one is talking about this void inside of them. And there also this child who was, who started having marijuana at the age of 12 saal ya 13 saal. And so, he said, ki shuru mein to, and so they're all very intelligent children, mind you. Huh? They're all up there. They know everything. They're clued in.
And very communicative, very expressive. Yes.
And nice to speak to. And I think that's also telling, because if somebody's speaking to you, they're craving these conversations. So anyway, coming back to this boy, and so I said, what was the deal? He said, I knew, I'd read about it and about its legality in some countries. So I thought I'd try. Shuru mein to maine aise hi try kiya. But later on, it became an experience enhancer. And जब भी मुझे movie भी देखनी थी, I had to take a joint and then go to the movie. So I said, why is it that just going to the movie is not good enough for you? That experience in itself should be good enough. He said, for most of us, when we take, refuge in something else, when we get addicted to something else, it's because we're trying to fill a void. If there's no void inside of us, we would not be trying to look at things and clutch at other things to fulfill that void. And again, even through all these sessions that I've done, where it's involved younger people, even in their 20s, विशाली, इतने सारे बच्चों ने यही बात किया कि हमारे घर में कोई communication नहीं है. Can you tell us how can we communicate to our parents? Can you tell us how can we tell our parents that these issues happen? Because there's this blatant denial that goes on, that if a child says that, somebody is smoking up in my school, no. And I saw that. इतने सारे parents के साथ मैंने बात की, parents that I know, parents जिनके बच्चे who've been caught vaping in school. I personally know. I went to one of the mothers and I said, your son is in 11th or 12th, I forget. And do you know, have you spoken to him about vaping? And instinctive reaction था, नहीं, मेरा लड़का थोड़ी ना कुछ जानता है उसके बारे में. I said, नहीं, बात करो उससे, पूछ जरा. And नहीं, कुछ नहीं जानता है. I said, no, listen, speak to him. He may not have done it, but he may know about it. No, let alone doing it. He doesn't know.
Never done it.
That's it. So that denial, I mean, when I went to another person, and I said, I believe there was a case of intimacy, a couple was asked to leave because they were caught being intimate in school. No, let's not talk about it. It's controversial. Parents don't want to talk about it.
They don't want to take responsibility and they're in denial.
And complete denial. It's huge. The denial is huge. And children are struggling. I mean, on these Instagram lives and all, they all come and they say, can you just tell us? After one of them, they said, okay, we're going to gift these books to our uncles and, elders. And then they write to me saying, humne khareed liye book and today I've sent it to my uncle. So I said, okay, I look forward to the feedback, because if nothing else, at least it's a starting point.
And I hope parents out there are reading this book, because you know what? It's great. The teenagers are reading it and we have their buy-in, but I hope and pray that parents pick up this book too and get a glimpse into their world.
Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit of a devil's advocate over here, because हम काफी parents का वो लेके इसको कर रहे हैं, and I take it that the responsibility of parents is the highest. But I'm going to come back and bring Astha in here. Astha, one thing leads to another, right? हम कह रहे हैं कि gadgets का भी इस्तेमाल है, हम कह रहे हैं कि parent की involvement बच्चों में कम है, hence gadgets का इस्तेमाल है, hence there is a peer pressure, because the sense of competitiveness जो आज की जिंदगी में है कि बच्चे एक दूसरे को आउट परफॉर्म करना चाहते हैं, एक दूसरे से ज्यादा उनको मटेरियल चीजें चाहिए होती है. तो रियली बग कहाँ पे स्टॉप करता है? कौन सी चीज है जो एक को ट्रिगर करती है? तो रूट कॉज क्या है? व्हाट इज इट दैट वी रियली नीड टू लुक एट? इज इट अ प्रॉब्लम ऑफ the competitiveness, because that is ingrained even in the adults who are the parents now, that is ingrained in the children who are performing outside. Hence, they take to things which are negative in nature in terms of substance, etc., because they can't cope with it. So where does the buck really stop?
I think, Vishali, one of the things that is important to know is कि as a society हम failure को accept नहीं करते, और हम कुछ भी करते हैं ताकि हम उस फेलियर से दूर जा सके. अब वो फेलियर बहुत डिफरेंट टाइप का होता है. वो फेलियर स्कूल में होता है एकेडमिकली, वो फेलियर होता है कि माय चाइल्ड शुड शाइन द बेस्ट, एंड दैट्स द काइंड ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन जो हम अपने बच्चों को भी देते हैं, और वो उनकी सेल्फ टॉक भी बन जाती है. तो अगर मुझे सैड फील हो रहा है या अगर मुझे वॉइड फील हो रहा है, मुझे ये फील नहीं होना चाहिए. मुझे ये फील नहीं होना चाहिए क्योंकि ये तो अलाउड ही नहीं है. आई कैन नॉट फील नेगेटिव. सो वो नैरेटिव एक बहुत आई फील की एक बहुत ही अनहेल्दी नैरेटिव है. दूसरा, एज ओवर द लास्ट 30-35 years, the technological advancement has happened very rapidly, right? So a lot of people who are born in the late 70s, 80s, and 90s and 2000s, of course the millennials, have gotten very used to instant gratification. बहुत जल्दी हमें ग्रेटिफिकेशन चाहिए, बहुत जल्दी हमें बहुत कुछ हमें यस और नो फटाफट मिलना चाहिए. सो उससे एक सेंस ऑफ एंजाइटी रहती है हमेशा. नाउ यस, इट इज पेरेंट्स रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी टू कीप अ चेक ऑन ऑल ऑफ दिस. मोस्ट डेफिनेटली प्राइमरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी पेरेंट्स की ही होती है कि हम कहाँ पे लाइन ड्रॉ करें. टेक्नोलॉजी इज अ रियलिटी, गैजेट्स आर अ रियलिटी, वी कैन नॉट चेंज दैट. देयर इज एन अवेलेबिलिटी एंड एक्सेस टू सब्सटेंसेज also, वो भी एक रियलिटी है कि ये एक्सेस है. एंड व्हाट ज्योत्सना वाज सेइंग राइट नाउ, दैट कोई इसके बारे में बात नहीं करना चाहता. वो बात भी इसीलिए नहीं करना चाहते बिकॉज बात करने के लिए हमको ये मानना पड़ेगा कि हमारे साथ हमारे घर में हो रहा है, और वो हमें मानना नहीं है. आई डोंट वांट टू एक्सेप्ट दैट फेलियर, राइट? एज अ पेरेंट, एज अ स्कूल, एज a child also, the same thing we are forwarding on to our children. Also for children, because gratification इतनी instant है और उसके ऊपर से एक्सेसिबिलिटी इतनी इजी है कि वो डिसीजन कहाँ लेना है उनको समझ में नहीं आता है, राइट? सो यस, पेरेंट्स ऑल्सो, बट ऑल्सो हम क्या, हमारी सोसाइटी में कन्वर्सेशंस क्या हो रही हैं, हमारे स्कूल्स में क्या कन्वर्सेशंस हो रही हैं, ऑल ऑफ दैट. बिकॉज अगर ये एक्सेसिबल है तो ये सभी के लिए एक्सेसिबल है, पर इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हर बच्चा करता है या हर बच्चा एक टेक्नोलॉजिकली एडिक्ट है. इवन एडल्ट्स, right? Even adults. I have had cases where children currently, in fact, I have a case of a girl who's not from Delhi NCR. She is from a smaller town, and she was addicted to heroin at the age of 14. She just turned 15, right? So कहाँ से मिली information, और जब हमने पता किया तो Instagram से आई. And I think Jyotsna made a point there कि ये the social media is the cause of it, most definitely. क्योंकि social media हमें दिखा तो देता है कि क्या हो रहा है, पर उसको कैसे filter करना है वो हमें नहीं आता. वो ना पेरेंट्स को समझ में आ रहा है क्योंकि वो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करना चाहते, और ना ही वो चिल्ड्रन को. बट द कैच ओवर हियर इज दैट if your 14-15-year-old is not available on social media, then that child will feel left out also in the peers. तो उसको कैसे मैनेज करें, उसको कैसे कोप करें? तो ये हमें, आई थिंक वी डोंट हैव टू टेल आवर चिल्ड्रन don't do it or don't do this or don't do that. I think what is important is to highlight that where are our boundaries and how do we draw them, what is the narrative, या वो क्या सोच है जो हम अपने बच्चों को देना चाहते हैं. और वो सोच हम ही से शुरू होगी, स्कूल से शुरू होगी, पेरेंट्स से शुरू होगी, and it's a society that is responsible for this.
Sure.
Vishali, it's something I agree. It's very hard to say that gadgets bilkul bhi nahi, because then you're going to fear ostracism in school, and that's also really tough on children, to be looked at and called differently and everything. But yet I find that तुम 8 साल के बच्चे को फोन देके क्या अचीव कर रहे हो? There's a time and place for everything, because things are changing so fast. And I really think social media has a lot to answer for. I mean, if you've seen Social Dilemma, it's all there. It's all, it's like that line in Social Dilemma ki, you're in the matrix and you don't know you're in the matrix. It's pretty much that. And the problem is that as parents as well, for us also, social media is a new toy. So we don't know our own boundaries. We are too busy. Now, if we're going to check in on everything on Facebook and we're going to put every selfie, our child is also going to do the same. How are you going to set the boundaries for your children? If we don't
I agree with you. Yes, I agree with you. And just to add to that, my 16-year-old only got a phone when he was 13. And believe me, of course, he was bullied and people looked down upon him. However, he landed up building interpersonal skills because he didn't have a device, so he wasn't digitally distracted. Landed up being the vice head boy of his school because he invested all that energy in building real life connections. So, not to be pompous about this, but just telling you that you can delay debut. So we had a conversation with him that you ain't getting this device until you're 13. And we told him the rationale why. He did rebel, he did push back, but he got it. Even Instagram says you need to be 13 and older for you to have an account in Instagram, which means you don't need to be on social media until you're 13. How else do you learn responsible social media usage? But if we hand them these when they're 8, 9, 7, 6, it's recipe for disaster.
In fact, I think Jyotsna also in her book has mentioned this one case where I think, Jyotsna, if you tell us about the mother who pushed back and the son after many years turns around and says, thank you, because I would never have understood then when I was asking for it and was insisting on it. You made the right decision for standing on your ground. So Jyotsna, would you like to share that?
I think he's almost 16. And I tell her now, I said, up to de phone. Up to de. She said, like a last exam. She said, but now he doesn't.
I get it.
He doesn't want it. He's that stage where he's happy without it. And he went through a really bad patch herself, saying that I'm considered. She said, my friends would come and say, oh, aapne bachche ko phone nahi diya, and then talk to my son and say, really, chal mere phone se khel le thodi der and all that, And she went through a really bad patch thinking I'm the worst mother. But she said, through it all now, I mean, he plays the guitar and he loves it. And she said, now I have to sit and listen to copious amounts of guitar practice every day. But, that's the price I'm paying,
So worth it.
She said, yeah, she said, and now she said, every single person, मेरे पास कोई एक ऐसा आदमी नहीं आया या औरत नहीं आई जिसने मुझे बोला कि तुमने इतनी जल्दी फोन क्यों नहीं दिया. She said, जितने लोग मेरे पास आए थे सबने सिर्फ यही पूछा कि how did you manage it, and we're really envious and we're jealous कि you were able to do this and हम नहीं कर पाए. And I see a little bit of this reverse trend in some countries, Vishali, like Ireland and everywhere, where they're very, very tough on cyber security and cyber safety and privacy and all. So you go online, you see all these cyber experts who are talking about how अपने बच्चों को फोन नहीं देते हैं, कोई नहीं देता, and everybody's switching down to, okay, you want to track your child कि अच्छा आपके child before COVID and after COVID चलो classes में जा रहा है, and you want to keep track, give them a regular phone. Why do you want to give them a smartphone?
A fancy phone, yes.
Accessibility to YouTube, accessibility to playing games. तुमने बात ही करनी है ना, एक फोन दे दो. Just before COVID, when I was sitting, my children were in gymnastics class, and I met this American from Silicon Valley, and उसके पास ना एक 60 quid का एक गंदा सा पुराना Nokia.
I know many people doing that even now, by the way, and they're very clear why they're doing it.
Yeah,
sure.
And I say that even in my book, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, jitne marzi,
they did not hand their kids. Yeah, yes.
They weren't commercials selling it to us, पर अपने बच्चों को बचा के रखा.
I know, very nice and very interesting. मैं एक incident बताती हूँ. So obviously, school में थोड़े से बच्चों को in my daughter's grade, they're getting phones and they've got various gadgets. By the way, phones is like one of them out of the many gadgets that they have. So every now and then she comes back and she tries to throw a tantrum. Why don't I have a phone? When COVID happened, they started, after about a month and a half, finally started getting to go down to play in the park, which was very precious 1.5 hours of park time. And that's now a daily routine. So after a couple of weeks of doing that, she came back once very angry. I'm not going to go to the park tomorrow. I said, what happened? She says, there are these 3 friends who refuse to play because they bring their phone down and they're always on Instagram. She says, Mom, make sure, even if I insist, don't give me your phone till I'm 14, 15 years old. So I just thought that, it all depends on the environment that you're creating for your child. उसकी वजह से जो बच्चा सीखता है, जो उसको छोटी-छोटी खुशियां मिलती हैं, that probably go a long way with the child in their life in the future.
Vishali, my children, they lose out on friends because they're surrounded by children who only sit on a gadget, and things are a little bit more open here. So, we have the occasional neighbors coming over. But now nobody comes because I don't allow it in my house. I said, तुम मिलने आए हो ना, खेलने आए हो तो खेलो. I will not give you an iPad in my house.
Gadget, yeah, correct.
And then, initially, the girls got upset कि चलो, everybody's always on a gadget, and then mama we need, and they're not on social media either, even the elder one, right? एंड हम सोशल मीडिया कुछ तो डाल दो, किसी पे तो डाल दो, ओके. सो अल्टीमेटली माय हस्बैंड एंड आई डिसाइडेड कि चलो ठीक है, बिकॉज यहाँ पे द कल्चर ऑफ टिकटॉक इज ह्यूज. सो यू 8-year-old 9-year-olds, they don't do anything except TikToking, and the pressure was enormous. So we said ठीक है, private account, let's see how it goes for a day or two. टिकटॉक प्राइवेट अकाउंट है तो हमें क्या करना है, कोई तो देख नहीं सकेगा, यू नो दैट्स एनीवे द मेंटालिटी, राइट. चाहिए तो रखना है तो रखो, नहीं नहीं चाहिए डिलीट कर दो, अच्छा रहने दो. देन 2 दिन के बाद दे कम बैक एंड दे से अच्छा मामा डिलीट कर दो. तो आई सेड क्यों, नहीं नहीं, जस्ट वेरी शीपिशली कि डिलीट कर दो. Later on in the evening, I get to know that when they were with these people, and 9-10-year-olds, and there was a live suicide that was streamed on these accounts. अब 8-9-10 साल के बच्चे, I watched a live suicide. My children luckily didn't, but they heard it and they came and said delete it immediately. They had the fear of God in them.
I can imagine.
But my point is कि पेरेंट्स इतनी जल्दी दे क्यों रहे हैं? आप दे के अचीव क्या कर रहे हो? Because now those parents have taken it off. But now those children at 8-9 who've seen a live suicide are scarred.
Hi Ram. Acha, okay. These are really, really scary, really scary instances. In fact, I wanted to.
It happened around me, so
I know.
not hearsay. It's
तो
next door.
ज्योत्सना, आप अपनी बुक से भी बताइए कि कौन सा, इतने सारे लोगों से, बच्चों से बात करिए, कौन सी चीजें हैं जो आपके रोंगटे खड़े कर देती हैं अभी भी सोच के कि ये बच्चा, इमेजिन व्हाट दे आर गोइंग थ्रू. व्हिच आर द पार्ट्स, इफ यू कुड शेयर सम ऑफ दैट विद अस.
Vishali, quite a few actually. एक तो this girl जो I think 14-15 years old, I think she be probably 14 now. 13 की थी शायद जब मैंने लिखना शुरू किया था. And she overdosed and she tried to kill herself because उसको students council में position नहीं मिली थी, and her parents are doctors, and so she's had this whole pressure to achieve since she was a child. And she said कि मैं हमेशा I was 100%er, and the first time I got less than 100% I got nervous and I started crying. And so she said, and then everything was a pressure. And she said, the first time I must have got like a 94, 95 and not 100%, I got into depression. And then things went bad and I didn't do well in my dance rehearsal. But the final straw was कि मुझे स्टूडेंट्स काउंसिल की प्रेसिडेंट की सीट नहीं मिली. तो मुझे पता था कि वो दवाइयाँ कहाँ पड़ी हैं, क्योंकि my parents are doctors. And एक दिन I tried to overdose. I think, this girl who's talking to me very nicely, with I didn't know what to say. I couldn't sleep that night, Vishali. And then there's this other girl who again told me, I've tried to cut myself several times, and the point is that to run away. But in a sense, I've run away from my family again already. So I do this, and maybe the purpose is not death, but the purpose definitely is to feel the pain. So they're all feeling this pain and this whole angst, which I tried to connect कि इतना angst आ कहाँ से रहा है. And then the third story, which 3 बच्चों ने मुझे from different parts of the country ने बताया, एक दिल्ली, एक बॉम्बे, एक पुणे, about the same boy who I spoke with, Vaishali, whose nudes were leaked by his friend, a girl, and he told me that, imagine, he said I would go to sleep रात को thinking कि मैं ना उठूं अगले दिन. And imagine the spotlight that social media and the pressure that 16-17-year-old get, that I've heard this story from 3 different parts of the country. Okay. And imagine what he must be going through and he told me when he spoke to me, he said, 2-3 महीने हो गए since the incident, and it's still being forwarded across schools. And it was, because I heard it from across the board. And imagine the pressure that these children then live through, that, and he says, kya reh gaya mere mein? That everyone has seen what, they shouldn't be seen. And how do I live and how do I face these people? And yet he came out with this story. So hats off to some of these children that, despite the kind of pressure and despite the kind of spotlight on them, they're holding firm. And sometimes you wonder, my God, I mean, there's this girl who said very casually, I drank phenyl at 2 a.m. because, I went for this party and मेरी मम्मा को पता नहीं था कि मैं इस party पे गई हूँ, but I got bullied. And, and then these girls put up my photos and then I just drank phenyl because मैं क्या करती. It's all very tenuous.
So I'm going to come to Jyotika now. Jyotika, आस्था ने भी थोड़ी देर पहले शेयर किया कि buck doesn't stop at one place because it's a multitude. इतनी सारी चीजें हैं जो contributing factors हैं. Correct? We always say that your education begins at home. बचपन से ही अगर बच्चों को सही चीज सिखाई जाए, आपके जो ethics हैं, priorities हैं, discipline है, वो बचपन से अगर बच्चों में डाला जाए तो कहीं हद तक आप काफी चीजों से सेव हो सकती हैं. बट अगर आप आज की तारीख को लेके कि गैजेट्स भी रहने हैं, peer pressure, competitiveness, substances so easily available हैं कि instead of trying to find laws only to make sure that they are not visible to the children, assume there is a place where everything is visible. There are countries who sell it across the counter like selling candy. So if that were the situation, अगर हर एक community, parent community, बच्चों के themselves की responsibility, schools, all of them need to do one thing to correct and find a better way to work. What do you think that should be?
I think the one thing that we need to do is start having parent-school partnership. What that means is everybody needs awareness. Parents are just not aware. And I tell my teen kids that we work with, it's very easy for you to judge your parents. And I understand that you are feeling this feeling. However, they're coming from a place of not knowing. They are not aware, number one. And give your parents more credit than that. And I know that, there is a disconnect, but then you can't keep sitting on that problem. There's something you need to do. And we've even encouraged some teens to actually share what they are feeling openly and freely with their parents. And if they're feeling this disconnect, to have those conversations, because the solutions are very simple. All we have to do is start talking to our children, start listening to our children, listen to what they say, listen to what they don't say, listen to what their peers are saying. So again, the solutions are very, very simple. And if the school and the parent can come together and a partnership can be created with the buy-in of the teenagers, because this problem is really magnified at the teenage, because that's where there is this deep search for self. There is this need to fit in. There's this need to look good, to be cool, to be popular, this curiosity and high risk-taking behavior. So if we can bring the parents and the school together and have more workshops, have more conversations around taboo topics. In fact, we made some amazing videos on sex education, on children who are not talked to about sex and consent. And we talk about rape and all of that. But conversations kahan ho rahi hai? Taboo topics mein koi baat hi nahi kar raha hai. Parents sometimes want to talk, but they don't know how to talk. So again, this book has sparked, so many, at least in me, I know for sure that I'm going to encourage a lot of parents to read this book, and let's have multiple conversations, do seminars, do workshops. Up to online life is our norm. So, in fact, in Shiv Nadar school, I'm going to, my kids go to Shiv Nadar school. I'm going to definitely have a conversation with them and say, you know what, let's have Jyotsna come in and talk about her experience, and let parents and children and teachers be a part of that.
So you're basically saying that communication, dialogue सबसे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है.
Absolutely.
कोई दुख है, सुख है, सब circumstances में आपको जितना communicate कर पाएं उतना बेहतर रहेगा. मैं इसी point पे थोड़े से comments और questions लेने वाली हूँ. एक community का question आया हमारे पास Fam Help पे, पूछ रहे हैं, I guess this must be for Jyotsna. Is this more an urban phenomena that you've seen, that you have put in your book? ये ज़्यादा cities में देखा जा रहा है क्या? कि आपके experience में, is it different?
No, I think, like I said, it's a combination, Vaishali. It's not just very urban. It is going down. It is filtering down to the tier 2 cities. It is some of the challenges. Gaming is very big in, a semi-rural India, very, very big. And, I say कि जिसके पास आज एक smartphone है ना, उसके पास exposure है. And maybe in the semi-rural areas, they are not streaming the Netflix shows, but they're definitely watching porn, right? So it all filters down into different challenges, but सबके पास challenges इस समय है. And drugs, again, I think it's where you find it, how you find it. You can find it. You can pay 20 rupiah and get it. You can pay 2000 rupiah and get it. So again, it's a function of your exposure and what you want to do with it. I think कि मतलब purposely मैंने जानबूझ के ये urban लिखा because again it would have become a very diverse issue to tackle. Because homeless, again, we always knew that there are addiction problems amongst the homeless in India, whether it's drugs, but again, unki problems of frustration and different than what the problems are of urban India. But yet, the smartphone hai, aajkal, I mean, India is the biggest market, 848 million smartphone users by 2022. And a very young population. Challenges बहुत हैं.
I know, and phone सब जगह है तो फिर urban हो या
absolutely rural, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, and everybody can access the web and the internet now. Asta, I think this question would be more directed to you. Pratibha ji, a comment hai shayad ye. As a grandmother, I have observed that my granddaughter in the last 10 months has become a bit too independent and a bit too responsible for her age. But when she starts arguing or complaining, it gives me relief that she's still a child. So I'm guessing her query is more to do with the fact that she's become too independent. Is that something to do with the COVID lockdown? Do you think? What can it be attributed to?
COVID lockdown, a lot of time to introspect, a lot of different experiences, because when you don't have that exposure to go out, conflicts तो फिर भी हो रहे हैं ना, mental conflicts हो रहे हैं. Vishali, every age, and especially teenage, which is why we talk about teenage so much in detail. हम हर स्टेज पे अपनी लाइफ में कॉन्फ्लिक्ट के साथ डील करते हैं, और जब हम उस कॉन्फ्लिक्ट को ओवरकम करते हैं तो हमारे अंदर एक सेंस ऑफ मेच्योरिटी आ जाती है, एंड वी मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट स्टेज इन आवर लाइफ. Teenage is one of the most complex conflicts that any human being experiences, because हम यहाँ पे अपनी आइडेंटिटी बना रहे होते हैं, अपनी आइडेंटिटी की शुरुआत कर रहे होते हैं. यहाँ पे हम बहुत कुछ बोरो करते हैं अपने पेरेंटल एनवायरनमेंट, होम एनवायरनमेंट से, अपने स्कूल से, and हमारी जो सोशलाइजिंग होती है. So teenagers who have been in the lockdown today, and during the last 10 months, they have, I've heard various sort of feedback, right? कई लोग बहुत ज्यादा, कई लोगों के पेरेंट्स के साथ बहुत क्लोज हो गए हैं, कई बहुत ज्यादा कोट एंड कोट समझदार हो गए हैं, कई ज्यादा लेजी हो गए हैं. तो बहुत डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ एक्सपीरियंसेस आ रहे हैं, बट यस, वी कैन एट्रीब्यूट इट टू कोविड एंड द लैक ऑफ physical interaction, physical social interaction.
Okay, I'm going to pick up one or two important topics आपने जो ज्योत्सना बुक में mention किए हैं, which is body shaming. और अगर मैं body shaming को थोड़ा सा पीछे ले जाऊं तो from the color of the skin to the size of the body to the height to the stature to the growth of a girl, if less or more by the time she reaches her puberty, all of those come in that category that you mentioned. So in your experience, is that really big? Because I have been hearing things and they really shock me, because especially in these urban schools जिसमें हमारे बच्चे जाते हैं, मुझे देखते ही पहले बारी सुनते ही ऐसा इंसिडेंट झटका लगा कि हमारे स्कूल में तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए, हम तो कितने इंक्लूसिव है नेचर में. But it's there even in a school like this, which is your top A grade school. So what are your experiences, Jyotsna, from your book and discussions with kids?
We've been saying a lot about parents in school, but Vishali, there's a lot to be said for social conditioning as well, especially in a society like ours that is still very patriarchal and misogynist, and it filters down. So if you have those domestic abuse within the walls and nobody gets reported, the children are going to see that. And similarly, if you're going to hear, we've internalized it, mota patla as humor, chota mota patla kala, it's all humor. I mean, that's how we're going to call somebody, right? I mean, that's how we do it. But social media has, of course, it's just exploded thanks to social media. So as I think Asta was saying, identity is very important, and it is so important for them to be somebody right now. That quick validation, instant gratification is all that matters. So everything has to be instantly pretty, instantly popular, instantly cool, and I think everything falls down around it. So if you're not part of that cool gang, it's leading to repercussions. It's leading to children who are going behind the wall of anonymity and leading, hacking accounts or releasing nudes or whatever. But, coming back to the whole body shaming thing, our social conditioning will just say that it's just a phase. बच्चों को क्या problem है? हो जाएगा, school का phase है, खत्म हो जाएगा. No, it's not. It's so huge, especially because of the spotlight that is always on them now, 24/7. I mean, some of the stories were heartbreaking, Vishali. I mean, you get body shamed and you stop eating and you're anorexic. Why are 8-year-old, 10-year-olds anorexic? Yeah. What are we doing to these children? But the other thing that I found, which was a revelation for me, was that And we always talk about, girls being nasty to girls in school, but that's taken a whole different level. So while, I talk about issues that involve boys as social media, hacking or gaming, girls on girls politics, girls on girls bullying has taken a whole different, a look. And girls are so mean today to any girl who's not conventional, to any girl who doesn't fit in physically, that and children, again, they're so sensitive that they're taking they're hiding behind. I mean, you're not going to eat the whole day, then you're bulimic, then you're going to go when everyone is sleeping and you're going to fill yourself and then you're going to throw it out. And I was watching Crown yesterday, and just yesterday, and I was watching Rana take it out, and I went back and I said, some of these children are the same age. They're doing exactly the same things. But of course, we've always, again, in our social conditioning, said the Western world, mein hota hai, anorexia, bulimia, these are Western concepts. If at all they happen, it happens to the celebs. No, it is happening to children around us who are not eating, who stopped eating. We've got to keep watching for these signs, because, I mean, this mother told me, she said, I finally took my daughter to the hospital and the doctor said if another 4 months and she would have gone. And that it's as bad as that for some children today. And it's all because, girls are just not kind in school anymore.
And that's why it's important to model that kindness at home. And sometimes parents are bullying their own children and shaming their children. And that's what they're learning and going out and doing it to the rest of the world. And I'd like to just take a minute and share. So I have 3 kids. I have a 16-year-old and I have twin daughters. They're 9.5. So my younger twin, she was unwell and she was in hospital for some time. So she's smaller than the other one. So, world is a cruel place. People compare all the time. We do not compare them consciously at home. However, when she goes out to the world, she's constantly compared as you're so little. And, so she's the smallest in the class because she has a health condition. So she's looked down upon, and she's like, kids from other class come and tell me, and they look at me and like, why are you so short? Like, look at you. Is there something wrong with you? And, why are hands so dry, whatever. So, and one time, and she ignored it because, she has a strong inner compass and she's a confident child. However, her best friend started putting her down. And like you said, girls being mean to girls. And it was very surprising to me when she started saying that, Mom, my best friend has started to say that to me and it's affecting me. So as a parent, then obviously I had to do something about it. And I realized that you really can't change other children's attitude and behavior. What you can do is build your child up. So again, what I did with Ayana really was to help her understand who she really is, and that your height, your weight, the color of your skin or your hair really don't define who you are. So let's get down to really identifying who Ayana is. And she started to have this belief that, okay, I am a confident and a creative and a compassionate person, and I'll still be compassionate with other girls in my class, kids with other class. But she then started to distance herself from friends who were constantly bullying her, body shaming her, and pulling her down. And I think this is such an important lesson that we need to teach our children, to be assertive enough to stand up for yourself and say, hey, you know what? Yeah. I choose not to be friends with you. And I'm not here to change you or, your attitude and your behavior, or, talking to the moms also sometimes is just banging your head against the wall because they're not cognizant. They're not aware of the problem. And sometimes they are the problems where they don't want to really look into the mirror.
मुझे कहीं लगता है ज्योतिका आप जब शेयर कर रहे हो कि as a mother in this urban city, हम सब लोग अपने बच्चों के लिए कोई मिनी काउंसलर्स की तरह बिहेव करते हैं. मैं क्यों कह रही हूँ कि एग्जांपल दे रही हूँ कि when my daughter was about 7 or 8 and she used to come back saying इसने मुझे ऐसे बोला, उसने मुझे वैसे बोला. And I didn't want to get into it because I don't want to get into the kids' fights and they need to be able to, handle अपने आप. तो मेरा उसको बार-बार ये कहना होता था, and I don't know right or wrong. It comes from my own experiencing. There are 2 aspects of it. एक आपकी लड़ाई होती है किसी के साथ, which is perfectly fine. 2 things you will say, 2 things the other one will say. You fight, But if you come back home every day feeling bad and somebody's bringing you down every day, then that person may or may not be necessarily your go-to person.
Sure.
Right? So you need to distance yourself if somebody is constantly making you feel bad about yourself.
True.
So, if I were to put this in the context of if what parents need to teach their children in the larger thing of the world about the right things, about how to stay away from substance, how do you teach your children about all of these things? कि gadgets का effect आप पे उतना होना चाहिए as if you're watching a movie. It finishes the moment you shut it down. How does one teach this to children in today's day and age?
Simply by practicing it yourself. Is this question for me?
I want to go to you, Astha, and then
let Astha please carry on.
So, I understand and completely agree जो आप और ज्योतिका कह रहे हो वैशाली कि हमको अपने बच्चों को equip करना चाहिए to deal with situations, but psychologically speaking for a human being acceptance बहुत जरूरी है. हम उससे लड़ नहीं सकते हैं और हम ये नहीं एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते एक बच्चे से कि आप सिर्फ अपने ऊपर काम करो और बाकी चीजों को छोड़ दो, क्योंकि फॉर एवरी स्पेशली फॉर अ चाइल्ड and even for us adults we also want to be accepted. For a human being acceptance is extremely important, more so important for children and teenagers because it is like a booster to your confidence. आपका confidence बढ़ता है ये जान के कि हम एक हम social animals है ना, हम human being social animals हैं और हम एक community का part है या हम एक group का part है या हम ऐसे हैं या हम वैसे हैं. The responsibility of equipping our children with skills to maintain their confidence, to maintain their to be self-aware, all of that is definitely their life skills की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है हमारे to be a part of our education system and to be a part of our home environment. Along with that, जो I think हम पहले बात कर रहे थे, I think Jyotsna also said and Jyotika as well pointed out कि children are being mean to children. और वो डेफिनेटली वो बहुत बड़ा एक फैक्ट है क्योंकि हमारे बच्चों को आज की डेट में बहुत ज्यादा एक्सपोजर है बहुत वैरायटी ऑफ मीडिया का जहां से वो डिफरेंट नैरेटिव्स पिकअप करते हैं एंड वी ऑल्सो फील दैट फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ चिल्ड्रन बीइंग मीन इज ओके और इट्स कूल राइट एंड दैट नीड्स टू चेंज. इफ यू गाइज रिमेंबर एटलीस्ट मेरे को जो याद है जब हम बड़े हो रहे थे तो किसी से गंदी तरह बात करना वाज नॉट एक्सेप्टेड एंड नॉट अलाउड. हम स्कूल में हमें ये इनकरेज नहीं किया जाता था, इनफैक्ट बहुत ही स्ट्रांगली डिस्करेज किया जाता था. हमको कहानियां सुनाई जाती थी, वो मॉरल स्टडीज की क्लास,
मॉरल साइंस
मॉरल साइंस की क्लासेस होती थी जहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा एम्फेसिस दिया जाता था बिहेवियर पे. डिसिप्लिन वाज अ रियल थिंग which has lost its importance somewhere in amidst becoming like an A grader और 90% लाना. अब आज को तो 90 भी कम होते हैं, 95% लाना या 100% लाना, ये सब क्या है? All of this is immediate gratification, saying no to failure, trying to be better than everybody else, and the easiest way to do that is push someone down. And that has become a narrative, एक बहुत ही common narrative हो गया है. I'll be, I think I discussed this with Jyotika some time back. There was a group of teenagers. They had formed this organization which was supposed to be a very supportive organization जहाँ पे वो एक दूसरे की मदद कर रहे थे. उसमें एक कल्चर था सेल्फ हार्म का. आप मानोगे नहीं वैशाली, मुझे एक बच्ची ने बोला था, वो 16 साल की बच्ची थी, उसने मुझे बोला था कि कल रात को हम सबकी आपस में लड़ाई हो गई और हमें समझ में नहीं आया हम क्या करें, इसीलिए हम सब ने अपने हाथ में ब्लेड से थोड़े से मार्क्स बनाए और हम और उसके बाद वी ऑल फेल्ट बेटर और हम सो गए. ये एक कल्चर है, ये एक बहुत ही ये चीज बहुत एक्सेप्टेबल हो गई है. और बिकॉज टीनेज इज ऑल्सो अ टाइम, और हम ये बच्चों को ब्लेम इन द सेंस हमको उनको रिस्पॉन्सिबल बनाना है, पर हम उनको ब्लेम नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि टीनेज इज अ टाइम व्हेन एवरीथिंग इज वेरी ड्रामेटिक. एक इमोशन का अगर लेवल नॉर्मल ये है तो टीनेजर के लिए वो यहाँ पे एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं, वो नेचुरल है, उनकी बॉडी वैसी है, उनका टाइम फेज इज लाइक दैट, दे आर गोइंग थ्रू दैट फेज इन देयर लाइफ. So these are also things. So responsibility comes not only, so parental responsibility of course to make your children equipped with confidence and self-awareness and know yourself and have that narrative at home, but at the same time सोशल स्किल, सोशल एंड इमोशनल डेवलपमेंट बहुत जरूरी है. आजकल सोशल इमोशनल लर्निंग के ऊपर बहुत सारी बातें हो रही है, बहुत डिस्कशंस हो रही हैं, ये बहुत जरूरी है. आई थिंक इट्स ऑलमोस्ट एज इम्पोर्टेंट टू ब्रिंग बैक दैट मॉरल साइंस क्लास दैट वी यूज्ड टू हैव, जहाँ पे हमें पंचतंत्र की कहानियां सुनाई जाती थी या कुछ भी, बिकॉज जिससे हम रिलेट कर पाए. आई मीन ऑफ कोर्स चिल्ड्रन टुडे मे नॉट बी एबल टू रिलेट टू पंचतंत्र, बट समथिंग दैट हेल्प्स देम अंडरस्टैंड एंड गेट बैक टू अ सेंस ऑफ कंपैशन एंड एम्पैथी व्हिच इज becoming missing because हम बहुत ही instant gratification, no failure वाले space में हैं और हम allow नहीं कर रहे हैं अपने आप को बहुत सारी variety of emotions को experience करना. And because these things are glorified, self-harm, substance abuse and all of that, इसलिए वो बहुत जल्दी उनके literally चंगुल में फंस रहे हैं बच्चे.
इनफैक्ट आस्था आपने ऐसी बात करी जो छोटी सी चीज में उसमें देख रही हूँ कि आप with one stone you can kill two birds. अगर आप स्टोरी सुनाने लगे बच्चों को तो कम्युनिकेशन की प्रॉब्लम जो ज्योतिका बता रही थी
बिल्कुल
वो भी एड्रेस हो जाती है. Because if you
Absolutely.
just narrate and tell kids about your own childhood, about how you were, that automatically bridges that entire gap of communication that I think began this whole discussion with.
True.
Say, available ही नहीं है. Why is there a vacuum? Why is there a gap? There's a void that's constantly being felt by the children. और माँ बाप का वो मतलब क्रेविंग ही दिखाई देती है बच्चों की कॉन्स्टेंटली कि मैं घर जाऊंगा तो माँ बाप होंगे नहीं, मेरा मन ही नहीं कर रहा घर जाने का. एंड द ओल्डर किड इज गेटिंग, वो कहता है कि ठीक है फिर मैं मार्केट में घूम लेता हूँ, मार्केट में मिल गई सब्सटेंस आपको. तो आई एम गेसिंग द होल विशियस सर्कल बिगिंस विद
इसका सोल्यूशन एक वन साइडेड नहीं हो सकता. इट कांट बी एक तरफा सोल्यूशन. इट हैज टू बी अ होलिस्टिक अप्रोच टू deal with something like as big as this.
Okay, one question there is on the Facebook page. I'll ask Jyotika this. Sometimes I feel, Khushbu is asking, sometimes I feel too much modernization and technology use is bringing too much pressure on the current generation, kids and the youth, as there is competition everywhere. Is it really that bad? And what are we missing which can be effective in balancing this?
So again, I can speak for my generation. We are really struggling to strike the balance between the old and the new. Because we were not born into the lap of technology, like I said before. So as parents, हमारे लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो गया है. And I work with a lot of parents who have this friendly approach where, they think that to be a friendly parent is cool. And they forget that you have to
be a friend.
You cannot. You can be a friendly parent, yes. But you have to be a parent first. For that, hard work is required and conscious efforts. Because it's very easy to say yes, 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 and give in to your child and be an overindulgent parent. The hard work really comes when you say no. When you set boundaries, when you learn skills on how to set those healthy boundaries. So again, like I said, going back to parenting is about the parent building skills, raising ourselves before we raise our children. And like you rightfully said, this is the most challenging of all tasks ever, to raise your kids right in today's day and age. And parents better up our game by, again, learning skills and building ourselves.
I just want to add to what Jyotika said. This whole pressure of, bringing up our children right, वो right का definition थोड़ी सी, topsy turvy हो गई है. वो right की definition है कि हमारे बच्चे के certain amount of marks आने चाहिए. Our child
Correct.
Should, like those conditions or those parameters of a right, successful child
Correct.
has a lot of things missing.
Right. And the norms really have changed. Thank you for saying that. Yes. And we are measuring our children through their grades.
I want to go with the belief कि हर parent को अपने बच्चे का भला चाहिए ना. All parents want the best for their child. No, I don't think a parent would want to push their child into something unhealthy, knowing that it's unhealthy. But the definitions have changed.
That's right. And
missing a lot of substance.
Correct. And that's why it's not lack of love. It's really lack of awareness. Parents don't have the awareness.
Time, awareness, all of this. Jyotsna, I'm going to end with you. From your entire experience of writing the book, why don't you share with us, what do you think are actionable points that one needs to look into? And when I say look into, it needs to really be seriously taken at the level of home, school, society, and I think some amount of expectation and pressure. In my opinion, again, being a parent myself, I think थोड़ा सा बच्चों पे भी responsibility डालना बुरा नहीं है, because at the end of the day, their awareness has grown and they're more mature to the level that we were at that age. So from their age perspective, every age they could be given a little more responsibility. So all of these things, according to the book that you've written, Jyotsna, what do you think should be the right steps?
When it comes to parents, I've always said communication and conversations. I think that's key. A, that. B, to learn to say no. Very easy. We're all giving in very easily now, unlike what our parents did, So there's no fear for this generation because everything is on a platter and everything is really easy. So to me, these two things are vital when it comes to families. When it comes to society, I think the whole aspect of denial, moving away from the fact that, okay, even if there is porn addiction, chalo bachche ladka dekh rahe, ladke to karenge. I mean, that's again our traditional mindset, I think, has a lot to answer to. Also the fact that, now you have cutoffs of 100%. But again, as a society and as a family, we're not going to see whether the child has the ability to score or not, which is expected, blindly expected. Unfortunately, the difference I find with this generation is that, you know, in your time and my time, Vaishali, parents said, we got to do it, right? You want to learn the guitar, but your parents said, learn Bharatnatyam, you got to learn the Bharatnatyam, no?
Yeah,
true.
The difference with this generation, I find, is that they do it, but they don't agree to doing it. So then this is then their coping mechanism becomes drugs, vaping, everything to, you know, keep awake. That whole cycle then, you know, and then mental health comes into the whole feature of it. So they're doing it. They're not happily doing it. Unlike us, you know, they're questioning it, but unfortunately they don't know where to question it anymore as well. And I think for schools and institutions, I think they need to embrace a more holistic approach now. They can't just say that the bacha is going to come to school and, you know, you're going to open the textbooks and the child is going home. Because of social media, everything is 24/7, you know, school, education, bullying, nothing stops when school, you know, when that bell rings, everything carries on. So I actually think that schools need to adopt a more holistic approach and get into more aspects of live lessons than text lessons, frankly. But yeah, I think these are the major ones. And I think parents need to also give schools that freedom to handle and tackle their children instead of budging in and barging in and tackling things themselves, which then put schools, you know, on the back foot. And of course, you know, sex education, counselors, I think everything needs to increase now. There's a huge need for it.
So, okay, there's one more question coming up with all that you've mentioned, Jyotsna. I'm going to ask Jyotika and Astha both to answer this. So does this mean that if we are talking, of course, communication being the key thing that came out of this whole discussion, does this mean that the lines between what is expected out of a parent, school, the society, and the child is not black and white anymore? Everyone needs to take on a slightly larger role than they have been traditionally taking. अभी तक तो सिर्फ ये था ना कि सारी अच्छी जो है डिसिप्लिन चीजें हैं, जो बच्चों का सदाचार या जो भी बोलते हैं वो सब घर पे ही मिलता था. स्कूल में पढ़ाई करने जा रहे हैं, सोसाइटी में आप जा रहे हैं तो बस आपको हाँ या ना बोलना है. अब वो लाइंस थोड़ी सी ग्रे हो गई हैं और एवरीवन नीड्स टू टेक ऑन मोर एंड मोर. आस्था, पहले आप कमेंट्स करिए.
See, education is for life, right? Life orientation. सिर्फ किताबें पढ़ाना या एक सर्टन मार्क्स लाना या MUN में पार्टिसिपेट कराना is not the responsibility of the schools anymore and of parents. Yes, the line is very, very gray. It has to be more inclusive. There has to be more inclusivity in the system now, and in the narratives that exist in the houses. Whether it's an urban narrative or or a semi-urban narrative, they have to change because the situation or the environment has changed. तो हमें उसके साथ-साथ बदलना है. That's A. B. सिर्फ awareness without accountability and responsibility is fatal. हम बच्चों को अवेयर करते हैं, हम उनसे सेक्स एजुकेशन के बारे में बात करते हैं. आई हैव बीन अ पार्ट ऑफ UN नेशनल UN प्रोग्राम ऑल्सो, जहाँ पे हमने छत्तीसगढ़ और MP और इनके गांव में जाके भी, विलेजेस में जाके भी बहुत कुछ एडोलेसेंट एजुकेशन के बारे में बात की थी. लेकिन जब तक हम उसके साथ अकाउंटेबिलिटी और रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं देंगे, वो अवेयरनेस का कोई फायदा नहीं है. अवेयरनेस और एक्सेसिबिलिटी बहुत बच्चों के पास काफी है. आई थिंक उसके साथ साथ it's very, very important to have a sense of accountability, reason, and responsibility also for the school, for the parents, and for the children equally. And what Jyotsna was saying earlier, that schools need to handle certain parts of of the child's life, and parents need to handle certain parts of the child's life, and it has to be a collaborated effort. It can't be in isolation. And I cannot emphasize on this more because I deal directly with cases. The cases जो हमारे पास आते हैं वो काफी कुछ उनके साथ wrong हो चुका होता है जब तभी वो हमारे पास आते हैं. One thing that I have realized is that children don't have a lot of accountability anymore. उनको accountable करना बहुत जरूरी है, उनको responsibility देनी बहुत जरूरी है. अगर वो गलत कर रहे हैं तो उसको गलत बोलना, to say that what you're doing is wrong is important. What you're saying, what you're doing is unhealthy, is inappropriate, is important. So there has to be a balance between these things.
I agree with Astha completely. And in fact, this is what I had to say, that collective effort, collaborative effort, get the buy-in of the teenagers, school, parents. Everybody has to work together as a team. And we have become pleasers as parents. We are too scared to enforce rules and regulations. And I work with a lot of parents who become overprotective and they over-perfecting and over-paranoid. And I get all of that. The times are such. However, it's time that we learn and we help our children learn alongside, because again, it's all about mutual learning and mutual growing.
Very, very, very nice. It was excellent talking to the three of you. I think ऐसे टॉपिक्स हम जितने ज्यादा बात करें, और कहीं ना कहीं जैसे आप कह रही थी थोड़ी देर पहले ज्योतिका, स्कूल्स में जाके अगर हम ये कर पाए, because accessing parents in any other forum, I think the easiest
बड़ा
way
मुश्किल है. Yes,
getting in touch with, because that's one platform where you get the teachers, you get the children and the parents coming together. I think it'll be very, very nice to do it. And if Jyotsna could go to one of these schools and then share her learnings.
No, I did. I've done
a few. Excellent. Yeah. So maybe we should put you in touch with a few more and then see how it goes, how the children grasp it. उनका इस चीज में buy in बहुत जरूरी है बच्चों का. जब तक वो समझते नहीं है कि उन्हीं के फ्यूचर की बात हो रही है, it's not so much the parents, they've lived their lives. It's important for their buy-in. So I think thank you so much, all of you. Had a lovely time talking about various aspects. We could have discussed this for another 2 hours because there's so many small
recollection value, Vishali.
Yes, thank you. So Jyotsna's book
wants to buy, this is what it looks like.
Depressed, written by Jyotsna Mohan Bhargava, is available everywhere, Amazon, and where else, Jyotsna?
It's all in the stores. It's
in the stores as well. So please, parents out there, it'll be nice just to be able to understand how other parents are dealing with it, so that you know what to do and what probably not to do as well.
What not to do, yeah.
So thank you. Thanks a lot for joining us. And
thank you so much.
Audiences, if you have any comments to make, please share it on Facebook or go to famhealth.in/community and send us your queries, questions, or just comments for that matter. कुछ भी comment करना है तो आप please हमारे साथ share करिए. Thanks once again.
Take care, everyone. Thank you. Have a good one.